The Arizona Humane Society needs your help to save the lives of thousands of sick, injured, and abused valley pets who need our help now more than ever. Find out how you can make a difference on today's special edition of Pets on Parade. Good afternoon and welcome to a special edition of Pets on Parade brought to you by 3TV. My name is Kelsey Dickerson.
And I'm Dr. Stephen Hansen, President and CEO of the Arizona Humane Society. For more than 60 years, the Arizona Humane Society has worked to end animal suffering, homelessness, and needless euthanasia, a vision that would not be possible without your support.
That's right, and on today's very special episode of Pets on Parade, we're going to share the ways you can help us right now to save the lives of the most vulnerable pets in our community by contributing to the Arizona Humane Society's Urgent Summer Fund. We will also share special updates on pets who have been saved because of your support.
The hot summer months are when thousands of animals need our help the most. In fact, the fact of the matter is that AHS truly cannot do the important work we do without your support. Every dollar matters when it comes to saving lives.
Yes, and we also have a special surprise. Thanks to Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, every donation to the Arizona Humane Society throughout today's show will be doubled up to $25,000. That means you can make twice the impact right now by calling the toll-free number on your screen at 833-262-0766 or by visiting azhumane.org/summerfund. At AHS, it costs an average of $910 to care for each and every animal who comes through our doors. So be sure to go online or call now to have your donation matched. And on the screen behind us is a sweet pup whose story was so shocking that it made headlines in the news. This is Baby, and she would not have had a fighting chance or even be with us today if it weren't for your support. This is her story of survival, hope, and a second chance at a new life, thanks to donations like yours.
CBS 5 is investigating a Valley Pet Rescue Group.
What we know is the Arizona Humane Society took in a 4-year-old female lab so sick from valley fever that it may not survive.
She is named Baby.
Oh, poor girl. I was just so heartbroken to see a dog in that condition and then to find out like how she got to that point. No animal should ever have to go through that. We did try to get some x-rays. We gave her pain medications as soon as she came in just to try to make her more comfortable. She couldn't use her back leg. So we gave her some pain medication, tried to get some x-rays. She did in fact have valley fever. So a completely treatable condition is what took her to where she was at. What worries me more in her situation is actually her mental state. The mind is a hard thing to repair, and it's difficult for dogs, for people for that matter, that have been through a traumatic experience to bounce back and feel safe. So Baby going out to foster was imperative. The shelter is not a place to recover from diseases. Dogs and cats just don't do as well here as they will in a home.
I think Baby's been the hardest case that we had, the most challenging.
It's
long way.
rewarding when you have a challenged dog and you transform them and then they're adopted.
She loves our dog Paws. She does anything that Paws does. She was watching Paws for like 2 weeks.
Yes.
And then she went through the doggy door, and then she got on top of our bed, and then she started to go outside slowly. So it was slow, but it was a good transformation for her.
When she got here, I guess Paws would sleep right next to her on the floor, next to her bed.
Yeah, and protect her.
Is it surprising to you that she survived after seeing that video?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, I didn't think a dog could survive something like that. So there's a reason why she's here. She's a miracle. So whoever gets to adopt her will be a very lucky family.
She looks so good.
She would look like the same dog.
No.
She's beautiful.
Yes, look at her eyes. They're so soulful. The donations are what make it happen. And the medications that were required, the blood work, the extra handling that's required, you know, we focus on the sick and injured. Those are our typical patients. You know, without getting those donations, there's no way we could continue doing our work.
Baby is continuing to flourish in her foster hero home, and we'll be sure to give you an update when she's ready for adoption. Baby is just one of the more than 17,000 animals who have been given a second chance at life thanks to your generous support and donations. And speaking of donations, joining us today is Ramon Martinez, the Director of Public Relations for Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Glad to be here.
Oh my gosh, we're so glad to have you. And special thanks to Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort for matching up to $25,000 in donations. Now, you've been a longtime partner of AHS. Why is it so important for you guys to help the Valley's most vulnerable pets?
Well, you know, it goes back to when I was a little boy on a family farm. We had any kind of animal you could think of. And then being raised on the Indian reservation, of course, Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort is owned by the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. When I was young, all through my teen years, that was the place where people would dump animals, unwanted animals. And my dad would just pick up, we had 25 dogs at one time that he would just take in. He wouldn't turn any of them away. So in that community, they've always had a heart for animals. And so when we had the opportunity to partner with the Arizona Humane Society, we stepped up, and it's been going on for like 7 or 8 years.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Certainly, we would like to very sincerely thank you, Ramon, for the support of Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort for all those years. Your generous contributions have allowed us to save so many of these vulnerable pets. So thank you.
Yes,
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And everyone watching can help us get there to get up to the $25,000. When you give $50, you will help feed 50 animals for a day. $240 will feed 20 bottle baby kittens for more than a week. And $910 will provide everything from food to medical treatment in our trauma hospital for an animal at the Arizona Humane Society. Make sure to visit azhumane.org/summerfund or call 833-262-0766 now to donate to AHS's Urgent Summer Fund. And keep your TVs locked right here on today's special edition of Pets on Parade to help save pets like Scarlett here. Welcome back to this special Urgent Summer Fund edition of Pets on Parade, where all of your donations will be doubled up to $25,000 by calling the number on your screen, thanks to Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Just last month, AHS's emergency animal medical technicians and animal cruelty investigators responded to nearly 1,200 calls, with more than 1/3 of those being urgent heat-related calls. Let's ride along with our EAMT, Mark Smith, to see how your donations help the Arizona Humane Society's EAMTs each and every day of the year.
My name is Mark Smith. I'm an animal cruelty investigator and emergency animal medical technician with the Arizona Humane Society. So we've got a pretty high call volume all year round. In the summertime, it's definitely a large spike. Just with the extreme heat, you know, people are worried about other people's pets, but most of the calls that we receive in the summertime are no shelter, no water calls. Tethering's another big one. Every call in the summertime has a potential to be life or death. You know, if it's basically we're going to go out and make sure that a dog's healthy, cared for, and if they are put outside, you know, we can't force them to bring their animals inside, but we can make sure they're not chained up and have everything that they're required by law. Dogs must have adequate shelter when outside. Owner will provide shelter. Okay. So today we had a couple calls that we were really only able to help by educating the people. Unfortunately, you know, state law still allows the animals to be outside 24 hours a day with shelter and water. So the only thing, you know, a lot of times we can do is try to talk to those people about bettering that situation for the animal. We're a nonprofit. We do not receive any government funding, so donations are critical to us to be able to do this kind of work. You know, they go from everything to filling up the gas in our trucks to supplying, you know, life-saving medical treatments in the hospital, but without our donors, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. Those times where we're able to show up and save an animal's life, or, you know, remove them and get them in a better situation, those are the times that make this job all worthwhile. I mean, that means everything.
Wow, absolutely incredible work. And joining us right now is another familiar face, Ruthie Jesus, AHS's Field Operations Supervisor. And so far this year, our EAMTs have responded to almost 8,000 calls from the public to report abuse, neglect, or an injured animal. Ruthie, you once said that you don't want to be too late to a call like the ones that we just saw. Tell us what the ability of saving animals' lives means to you.
This job is honestly a privilege. I can't believe I get to come to work every day and do this job and work with the most dedicated team of officers you've ever met. We are out there every day trying to make a difference in our community, and I can't tell you how many times we are lucky enough to be there just in the nick of time. Within an hour, within 15 minutes, we're there just in time to save an animal's life, and to have the resources of the Arizona Humane Society and the Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital is life-saving.
I mean, what do those donations mean for your team?
The donations are what makes everything happen. The donors are paying for the gas in our trucks, the fluids in our medical bags, the hazmat suit that you just saw Mark wearing in that horde that we did. Unfortunately, we respond to so many of these types of calls that the donors are really paying for every piece of equipment and every life that's saved.
Wow, oh my gosh, including the little bug of wrinkles that you're holding right there, Bundy, oh my gosh.
Heavy bug of wrinkles.
Well, thank you so much, Ruthie, for all that you and our pet paramedic crew do. You are such an inspiration to us.
Thank you.
Now, if you're watching at home wishing you could help Ruthie and her crew continue their life-saving work, you can. Help one of our cruelty investigators stay in motion with a $500 donation and keep one of AHS's rescue vehicles on the road for a week. Right now, your donations will go twice as far thanks to Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. So make sure to double your donation right now by visiting azhumane.org/summerfund or by calling the number on your screen. When we come back, see how the Arizona Humane Society saved more than a dozen dogs from horrific conditions like the one on your screen. Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to today's Urgent Summer Fun special edition of Pets on Parade. Now, there's still a few minutes left to have your donations matched by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. So please visit azhumane.org/summerfund or call 833-262-0766 right now. And did you know that the Arizona Humane Society is not affiliated with any other animal welfare organization and doesn't receive government funding? That means when you donate, every single donation helps pets right here in Maricopa County. And your gift right now in our most critical summer months is one of the most impactful you can make. Joining us again to talk about the importance of your support is Dr. Stephen Hansen, AHS's President and CEO. Now, Dr. Hansen, AHS has altered the landscape of animal welfare in Maricopa County over the last 5 years. What does that mean, and how was it possible?
Well, Kelsey, Maricopa County used to be one of the worst places in the country to be a homeless pet. The Arizona Humane Society set out to completely change that. By launching programs such as our Pet Resource Center, our Parvo Puppy ICU, and our Bottle Baby Nursery, we reduced euthanasia by 84%.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. And with as much progress as AHS has made, our work still is not done. What is your vision for the Arizona Humane Society and saving even more lives in the years to come?
Well, the Arizona Humane Society is really focused on a niche, very important piece of need for animals in the valley, and that's treating the sick, injured, and abused animals. The results of the last few years have been that we have saved 60,000 more animals. We focus on a vision that guides us, which is our ethical no-kill philosophy. Very important to ensuring that we never euthanize for space or for length of time. So in the end, what we plan on doing is saving more sick, injured, and abused animals and making sure that all animals have a chance at a happy, healthy life.
Oh my gosh, yes, they all deserve it. And thank you so much, Dr. Hansen, for all that you do.
All right.
Now, the Arizona Humane Society is truly saving the lives of pets that were once considered untreatable and that we only dreamed of saving before. And oftentimes, the calls our field team responds to doesn't include just one pet. Last year, we responded to more than 273 calls for hoarding. Take a look at one of those cases.
PJ, do you remember me, PJ, from the other day?
You're an old guy, huh? Yeah. Oh man, look at your eye too.
As long as I've worked with the Arizona Humane Society, I believe this case in particular was probably the worst conditions I've ever seen. The sheer number of animals weren't as high as some of these cases, but the conditions of the home itself were unsuitable for really any living thing. It was dark, smelly, the animals were on piles of garbage. It was a pretty disturbing scene to walk into.
Hi.
So the day the owner brought PJ out, I really had no idea what the inside conditions of that home were. I was really trying to help this owner and see the help that he wanted. Had I tried to push to remove PJ that first day, and I could have been successful, that probably would have stopped me from helping the other 13 animals that were in that home.
Do you remember me?
Seeing him, you know, in that dark corner, he was growling at me and he'd forgotten me, and he started wagging his tail when I was talking to him, and he was afraid to walk, but I carried him out of the house and was able to hug him and tell him that I was glad that we were back for him.
Oh, PJ, I'm so happy.
It was so funny seeing PJ back at the shelter, and I shared him with everybody, you know, telling him what a sweetheart he was, and I remember meeting him out in the yard when Animal Care had him out, and they had commented on how different of a dog he was. Having the support from our community and donors is essential to us being able to resolve these kind of cases, and we wouldn't be able to do it without people like you at home that are, you know, donating and supporting us. And there's going to be more PJs, and you know, we'll be ready for when that happens.
Oh my gosh, that smiling face says it all, and we are very happy to report that these pets were rescued because of your support. Please help us save even more lives by calling the number on your screen, and your gift will go twice as far thanks to Casino Arizona's and Talking Stick Resort's $25,000 match. So make sure to call right now to help save the life of pets like PJ. And your gift today is the safety net for these animals, the most vulnerable in our community with nowhere else to turn. Of the 17,000 animals that come through AHS's door each year, more than 11,000 are treated in our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital. And here now is Dr. Melissa Thompson, lead veterinarian of AHS's Trauma Hospital. Dr. Thompson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, you have absolutely seen it all. What does it mean to you that these sick, injured, and abused animals have somewhere to go here in the Valley to be treated and cared for?
At the Arizona Humane Society's Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital, we do see it all. From animals that come in hit by car with broken bones, animals that have other injuries, they have horrible wounds, cruelty, neglect cases, and all the way to infectious diseases like parvo. Like we truly treat everything. And these are things that aren't normally treated in a lot of shelters. And it's not because they don't have the knowledge how to do it, it's because they simply don't have the funding. I feel very fortunate to be able to work at AHS. The ability to come in every day and take care of these animals that don't have any place to go. I can't imagine how heartbreaking it would be to have to euthanize something that I know that I would be able to treat.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and we are so thankful too to have you as a part of our staff taking care of these adorable pups. Now, you talked about a little bit about donations make this all possible. What would it mean if we didn't have those donations to save the lives like Mighty Mouse that you're holding right here?
If we didn't have the donations, then Mighty Mouse wouldn't be here today. The donations from our community are amazing, the support that we get. We've been able to advance not just our parvo unit and we used to not treat parvo, and now that we have donations to do it, we save hundreds of animals every year in our parvo ward. We've expanded our orthopedic abilities, so we're now saving animals like Mighty Mouse who need orthopedic surgery and using our foster heroes to help them heal. So without the public support, the community donations, we would not be able to do our job.
That's so true. And if, you know, a lot of times we can tell you these stories, but what would you say to anyone out there watching who maybe doesn't know and hasn't seen it every day like you do?
I would just say it's heartfelt work. Everybody who works at AHS loves what they do and can't imagine not having it there. And we love the animals and we just appreciate everything that the community does to support us.
Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to keep making those life-saving donations now by visiting azhumane.org/summerfund or calling 833-262-0766. And stay tuned for a behind-the-scenes look at the life-saving work taking place right now to save pets like these adorable puppies because of your invaluable support. Welcome back to the Urgent Summer Fun special edition of Pets on Parade. You have just a few minutes left to make your life-saving donation, and your donation of $240 will help feed 20 bottle baby kittens for 10 days. And each episode, we feature adorable pets whose lives have been saved thanks to innovative medical programs that are a part of our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital. Let's check in with our very own Bretta Nelson, who is over at AHS's Sunny Slope campus, to give you a live look at these life-saving areas.
Hi everyone, we're here at the Arizona Humane Society's Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital. Of the more than 17,000 sick, injured, and abused homeless pets that we take in each year, 11,000 of those pets are treated here in our trauma hospital. Let's head inside. AHS's Trauma Hospital is the largest shelter-based trauma center for homeless animals in the Southwest and is dedicated to providing veterinary care for animals with nowhere else to turn. But did you know that AHS's Trauma Hospital has expanded to include a variety of intensive care units? Let's go check in with our tiniest patients in AHS's Bottle Baby Kitten ICU. Kitten season is in full effect, and these orphan kittens range from newborns to 4 weeks of age and require 24-hour care by our compassionate staff and volunteers. Our team weighs, feeds, and stimulates each kitten every 2, 3, or 4 hours based on their age. Between staffing, medical care, vaccinations, and other supplies, it costs nearly $200,000 a year to operate our Bottle Baby ICU. It isn't just kittens that we see this time of year. AHS's maternity suites are where you will find our tiniest canine companions along with their nurturing mothers like Sunflower with her 6 babies. Maternity suites offer a quiet, contained place for mothers to give birth with medical supervision. They will then head into foster homes until they are old enough to be spayed, neutered, and vaccinated. Vaccinations are key to keeping our pets healthy and happy. Sadly, we see our fair share of puppies and adult dogs who are turned into AHS with parvo, a highly contagious, often fatal viral disease. Because of your support, AHS was able to open the state's largest parvo treatment center. Each patient is treated with IV fluids, antibiotics, and anti-nausea medications. Just last year, we were able to save 270 puppies and dogs from this dreadful disease. All of our innovative medical programs are possible because of your support. Together, we can continue to save more lives, and we can't thank you enough.
Your generous gifts have allowed the Arizona Humane Society to save tens of thousands of pets over the last 60 years. And because of your generosity, we will continue to save many, many more for years to come. We're so excited to announce that donations will continue to be matched now through Sunday at midnight, thanks to Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. A heartfelt thank you to Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort for their gift. And you can make your gift anytime at azhumane.org/summerfund. Now, if you were inspired by all of the stories on today's show, make sure that you make your gift right now to help save even more lives like all of the cuties that we see here today. And that's it for today's special edition of Pets on Parade. Make sure that you tune in next week for the results. On behalf of all of us at the Arizona Humane Society, thank you for your unending support of the Valerie's most vulnerable pets.